Missouri, where scuffles are broken out between crowds and police after an 18-year-old black man was killed by an officer. The St. Louis Police Department has confirmed the incident, saying Antonio Martin was shot after he pointed a gun at the officer outside a gas station. This is live video we're looking at from the area, or this is taped actually, recorded, but these pictures were recorded live for us earlier. There's a heavy police security presence, 4 people arrested for public disorder during these incidents. For details now, I'm joined live by Berkeley producer James Klein, who is at the scene for us. So we've seen some tense video over these last couple of hours. What's going on where you are?
Well, we have a tense situation here. The police have cordoned off a gas station where the incident occurred, and a steady stream of protesters have showed up, and local residents of the area. At one point, protesters launched what seemed like a firework bomb at the gas station right in the middle of the police officers, which created a moment of chaos and little havoc. The situation seems to be much more under control now as more police officers arrive on the scene. Fire department is on here, and of course, a lot of officers are now getting ready to dress into their riot gear. There's still a very large presence of a crowd here. I'd say it's about 250 to 300 people. And the group of people are moving between 2 gas stations. This is on an intersection where there's actually 2 gas stations across from each other, and I think the police officers are trying to control the situation so it doesn't get out of hand or escalate further than it has.
At this point, where is the investigation? We saw a video of a gun lying on the ground and the young man's body also lying on the ground. Has the evidence been collected at this point?
Investigators are trying to collect the evidence and to conduct an investigation. Of course, it's much more difficult with the crowds moving and breaking through the police lines. The police officers have tried to maintain a perimeter. Investigators are now on the scene trying to collect whatever data they can. But of course, their job is much more difficult now that the protesters are causing. They actually damaged 1 police car in the area, so things are getting heated up.
At this point, are things still looking more and more tense, or do things as the night goes on seem to be cooling down a bit?
No, I think that the tensions are still there. They're still, in fact, for this report, I've had to move just a few hundred meters away just to where there's an overpass nearby, and I'm watching the situation from there while I transmit this message. But the police have definitely swelled their presence. The tensions are still high, and protesters are looking to create havoc.
At this point, are more protesters arriving at the scene, or does it look like the crowd's as big as it's going to get?
It's hard to determine because they're actually spreading out and dividing themselves into groups. Like I said, there's 2 gas stations across from each other. There's a large group over there. There's a large group at the original scene of the incident. And then there's several businesses on the adjacent corners, and each of those have large groups of people. So it's hard to tell who's coming or going, but it seems like there's still very much the same amount of people there was here a few hours ago, if not more.
Aside from the initial information about the shooting and that it happened, is there any additional word from local authorities at this point, from police or from sheriff's deputies?
Yeah, I tried to approach some of the commanders on the scene to see if I could get a statement from them. Of course, they're preoccupied with the situation at hand and weren't able to make any comments. So on the ground here, information is limited as to what has happened that we don't know yet.
All right, thanks for those details. Berkeley producer James Klein on the phone with us.